A first-timer to the On the Water Anarchy Report. Brad Reed, how are you, my friend?
I'm good.
Little introduction that I got to Brad. I was bitching and moaning that there was no free beer with a Heineken sponsor at the Sail Newport Regatta, and Brad tracked me down to give me one, and called me to explain why. And there's a very sensible explanation, so I didn't give him too much shit. Turned out that some of our buddies in the Melgus class, some of the locals, brought a keg down anyway. So the Melgus, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Shh, you didn't hear this. They hit it anyway. It was a great regatta, and thank you for having us. I had a really good time. I have a different reason for talking to you, though, today, which is that a longtime anarchist, a prolific poster in the forums who's worked for you in the past, a guy called Regatta Dog, nominated someone who works in your office as Sailor Chick of the Week. Kim Cooper, 12 years working for Sail Newport, makes these regattas happen. Tell me about why Kim should be honored as the most important sailor chick in the world this week.
Well, this week for us is the Newport Regatta, the Coastal Living Newport Regatta. Kim's our regatta manager and our marketing manager, and she really, from soup to nuts, makes these regattas run perfectly. She's the point person for volunteers, for race management, for sponsors, and she brings it all together to run fantastic events, from World Championships to the Coastal Living Newport Regatta. Right down to a small, Halloween Howl Opti regatta. She treats them all the same, and she's never without a smile on her face. She works really hard at it, and she's really good at it.
All right. Well, I think that's enough to honor her. We'll certainly make sure to put this up, and if you can find me a picture of her, then that would be even better.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure.
You can email me one.
Yeah, I'll
all right, good. Speaking of how she's running these regattas. I raced this weekend aboard Melgus 24, and we had a great time. It was my third year at this event in the Melgus fleet. The first year was 6, the second year 12, this year 17.
Yep.
So I don't know, again, we look around the country, we see regattas mostly down significantly in participation. However, we see some up, and in this case, is your regatta up in general numbers?
Yeah, it's up in general numbers. We also partnered this year with the International Yacht and Athletic Club and ran an around the island race, their annual Newport Cup. So that boosted the numbers about 20.
So you added some big boats?
Added some big boats. We had George David's Rambler rambling around the island against J80s and other small perf boats. But I think the growth of we're actually seeing a resurgence in planing dinghies, trapeze dinghies. We had 16 or 18 505s. The Melgus 24, obviously, you just said. The Viper 640 was a huge increase from last year. From
4 to 14, I think.
Yeah, no, I think they were 16 or 17.
RSK 6s.
RSK 6s, they bring all those boats from American Yacht Club. They do a nice job. The F-18, Catamaran, the A-Class. So some of the dinghies are making a resurgence, and some of the keelboat divisions, the J24, significantly dropped off. But when it's a world qualifier, we have to do a little better job getting the classes to have all their world qualifiers or an East Coast Championship or a New England's, and name these events, name their class at the Newport Regatta a major for them, which is what the Melgus 24 class, and JC's done a really good job of getting that and working with Kim. Back to, it all comes back to Kim.
It all comes back to Kim.
She really is the mover and shaker with the class reps, making sure the J105s, the Swan 42s, and so on and so on are well looked after.
So, what really interests me, I think, in what you do here is that it's one of the very few clubs in the States that is really a dinghy club.
Yep.
This is a dinghy and small boat club, and I'll sort of give you guys a little shot out the window into the sun, but I mean, you can just see masts as far as the eye can see. There are lasers stacked up and rowed up. There are boats on every dock, all ready to move. And it's, this isn't a big boat spot, and it seems like it's just full of people.
Right. Well,
what is your mission here?
Our mission here is public access to sailing, and that's education, that's boat storage. That's a big component of what we do, and it's also regatta management. So those three aspects of Sail Newport are very integral to what we're trying to accomplish, which is public access to sailing. So you want a Vanguard 15, it costs you, I think it's, with the fleet price, it's around $75 a whole summer to keep your Vanguard 15 here. Wow. You can keep your J24 here, you can keep your J80 here. It's all owner-operator, meaning we don't have people who put your boats in and out of the water. You come down, hook it up to the sling, put it, you use the cranes and put your own boats in the water. So it's public access, and then the education component. adult sailing. We own over 120 sailboats. We have over 25, I think close to 30 small motorboats to help with those programs. We'll have at any given day from end of June through late August, we'll have 135 kids in the water, every single day. And that's beginning learning to sail, older kids learning to sail, racing teams, you name it. We have learn to race programs for adults in our J22s. So anyway, honestly, it just goes on and on.
Has this now, and you've also told me that you continue to grow. You are every year you're up and up and up, and you're now something like 1,000 junior sailors.
Right.
In your various programs, right?
Yeah, we'll service nearly 1,000 kids this summer in various programs, keelboat programs, dinghy programs, racing programs, just basic learn to sail programs. And that doesn't include the regattas. The regattas, we've already had 80 boat Opti regatta in June. We had the Brooke Gonzalez Advanced Racing Clinic, which is exactly kind of the same template as the CISA Clinic for the highest end kids around the country with great coaching. We had the Newport Regatta. We'll have the Opti New Englands. We'll host the 6-meter Worlds. And so we try to be everything to everybody. And you know what? With this many balls, always getting juggled into the air, we do a pretty good job of not dropping them.
Well, 12 years now you're in. I mean, do you find that your existence here has really contributed to the local sailing and racing scene in general? The bigger boats, does it make a difference? Does it?
I've said this a lot of times. There's two things that have probably made sailing in Rhode Island better since 1983, after we lost the Cup. We lost the Cup in '83. The first thing was Sail Newport was formed the next day to create opportunities to bring international events back to Newport. That was Sail Newport's original mission. So that, and when Harbor Court came from New York and that group of people got together and purchased that property from the Brown family and made Harbor Court, that has made big boat sailing a lot bigger and better here in Newport. So there's so many. Sail Newport, I like to equate it as we're the public sailing center. Everybody comes in and helps us to run regattas. We had Ida Lewis Yacht Club, New York Yacht Club, Barrington Yacht Club, Frostbite Yacht Club, Sail Newport, Newport Yacht Club. All of those organizations helped us run this last regatta. So we try to have our arms open, include everyone into the sport, not only using this facility, but also managing events. When people need stuff from us, they come over and borrow our gear to run their own races. So that's what we're all about, is to try to make it easier for people to get on the water.
How can leaders in the sailing community in other towns follow your lead and learn how to negotiate with their city or their state and find the spot and try and build something remotely, as good as what you got?
Well, we have a starter kit. All you have to do is call us. We have a starter kit. We have great bylaws. The bylaws we have are you can use it. Right now we're working with Lori Stout down in Annapolis. She's trying to put together something in Annapolis, finally a real public sailing facility. And she came up, met with me 2 or 3 times. We went to BU together, very, very good friends. And it's worked. She's really used a lot of what we do. Treasure Island, those guys used to call us before they really got together and say, hey, can we see your bylaws? Who else? We worked with Terry Kohler out in Milwaukee. He sent some people out to check us out to make sure that they were doing it, taking the shortcuts. We got a lot of shortcuts. We can help out anybody.
That's really good to know. So sailnewport.org.
Sailnewport.org. Click on About Us, and we have great bylaws. And when it comes down to it, you have to negotiate with the state or the city to get land. If you focus in on disabled sailing, children's sailing programs, and public access to the water, those are 3 components that they will actually sit down and listen to you.
Okay, 30 seconds left. Your brother went on to fame and fortune. Jealous?
I got to sleep in my own bed for the last year, so no, not so much. But I'm very proud of my brother. I think he brought that race to us all in a way that I think he did the best job of anybody bringing the race to us. And when he was pissed off, you were pissed off watching. When he was happy, you were happy. When he was proud of his team, you were proud of their team.
Will he do it again?
I don't know. He's over there cleaning his power boat, and
very cool.
He's just going to relax for a while.
All right. Hey,
I think
very much.
He'll probably tell you before he tells me.
All right. Thanks very much, brother.
You got it.
We'll talk soon.